Hello there, welcome or welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Samantha and this is my channel where I talk all about books. Anyway, today I'm starting off a reading vlog, which you can probably tell by my cat ears because I'm currently doing my makeup and I only use these when I'm doing my makeup. I'm not a furry. Anyway, I'm currently getting ready for work, but I thought I would start off this vlog now because we all know that I'm really good at doing my makeup and talking at the same time. That's sarcasm. I feel like it always takes me like so much longer to do my makeup when I'm talking, which is not good because I have to leave the house in like 15 minutes, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I thought I would start a reading vlog because I'm going to be doing a challenge. So in this vlog, I'm going to be reading for 24 hours, as in I have set a timer for 24 hours, and I'm going to see how long it takes me to read those 24 hours and how much I can actually read during that time. One of these days, I would love to do a full 24-hour reading vlog, although the problem with those is that I refuse to mess up my sleep schedule, so it would not be the most interesting. It would just be like reading during the day. So yeah, that's why I've never done a 24-hour reading vlog where you actually like stay up for 24 hours because I'm not doing that. I'm the ripe old age of 25. I cannot be staying up all night anymore. Anyway, I actually started reading yesterday, but I just didn't film anything because I was at work. But yeah, yesterday on my commute and my breaks at work, and then also in the evening, I managed to read for like 3 hours and 10 minutes, which is not too bad, but I still have 20 hours and 48 minutes and 39 seconds left on my timer. But yeah, I'm not really setting myself a time limit for this. Ideally, like it would be finished this weekend, but I know for a fact that like that's not going to happen because I'm still doing my course that I've been talking about recently. So I need to work on that this weekend. But the whole reason I thought that this weekend would be a good weekend for it is because Alex, my husband, is away. He's on a stag do this weekend, or a bachelor party, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so he is away. He left last night, so I won't have anyone to talk to while I'm like having dinner and stuff like that. And I never really listen to audiobooks when I'm at home anymore unless Alex isn't here, because otherwise he normally like keeps me company while I'm doing stuff like cooking dinner or things like that. But obviously he's not here, so I might listen to some audiobooks whilst I do stuff. Yeah, we'll see. If not, I can also just read while I do things. So yeah, I guess I'll see how much I actually read over the weekend. I thought this would just be a fun thing to keep me occupied while Alex is away. He's only away for like 3 days, but it's really weird. I've gone on holiday without him a couple times, only because he couldn't come, but he's never been on holiday without me, and it's not fair. He shouldn't be going on holiday without me, right? Because I deserve to go on holiday too. Oh, I just spilled powder all over my jeans. No! Anyway, as I said, I did start reading yesterday, and I actually finished reading a book last night, which was amazing. I feel like part of the reason I want to do this as well is because I've really been slacking with reading recently. I've kind of been in a bit of a slump, but not even really a slump. It's just been like I've been so busy that I haven't actually had the time for it. That anytime I have had, I've been doing other stuff instead of reading. So yeah, I've been a little bit slumpy, but also just very busy. But yeah, I did finally finish reading the second book in the Serpent and the Wings of Night series. That's not what it's called. It's called The Crowns of Nyaxia. So yeah, I read the second book in that series, which was The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. It actually took me such a long time to read it. It took me like 20 days, and it's not entirely the book's fault. As I said, I've been really busy, but I do think part of it was the book. Like I was a little bit bored during that book, so sometimes like I didn't want to pick it up because I just found it a little bit boring, but ultimately I still enjoyed it. And I love Rain. He's the main male character in that series, and I love him. I really love him. So yeah, I ended up giving the book like 3.75 stars, and honestly, if I didn't love Rain so much, I think it would have been a lower rating, but I love him. So yeah, 3.75. It was okay, but it wasn't amazing, and I think the ending was a little bit of a cop-out. I'm not gonna lie. I will definitely be reading the next book. It's kind of a spin-off series, but you do have to read the other books first. Even though that book was not my favorite, I'm still super excited for the next one. I did also start listening to the audiobook for All Systems Red, which is the first book in the Murderbot series. So yeah, I started listening to the audiobook for that yesterday, and that's literally 3 hours long, so I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna finish it today. But yeah, I'm gonna listen to that on my commute, and I'm gonna start something else on my lunch break and my breaks today. But I will just check in with you later because I don't know what I'm going to read and I have to go. So I'll talk to you later. Hello, good evening. I am back from work. It is currently 7:17 at night. Anyway, I still have 19 and a half hours left of reading, so I can't remember what I was on this morning, but I don't think I did that much today. I did listen to more of my audiobook while I was on my way to work, and then I did also start reading a book and instantly DNF it. I started reading Stories of Your Life and Others by Ted Chiang, which is a collection of short stories, and one of those short stories, which I think is called Story of Your Life, is what inspired the movie Arrival, which I haven't actually seen, but I have been very interested in that movie because it's about a linguist having to communicate with aliens, and I just thought, you know, if there's any alien movie which I'm going to enjoy, it's probably going to be one that involves a linguist because I love linguistics. So yeah, it's like a big passion of mine. So I wanted to read the collection mainly for that story, but I started it and I just could not vibe with his writing style at all. And obviously like all of the stories are written by him, so they're all going to be the same style probably. And I don't know, I read a few reviews and a lot of people said that it was just not it. But anyway, not that I really gave it a fair shot. I literally read like 11 pages. So, you know, I'm not officially out here saying I didn't like it, but I didn't want to continue on at this point in time. Maybe another time, but probably not. Anyway, luckily I did bring 2 books with me to work today in case I didn't like one of them. Anyway, so I also brought with me Exiles by Jane Harper. This is the 3rd book in the Aaron Falk trilogy, I think. I basically read the other 2 books in this series last year, which were The Dry and Force of Nature, and I really enjoyed both of them. They weren't like 5-star reads, but they're fun, like palette cleanser in a way. And somebody returned this at work yesterday and I was like, oh, I still need to read that one. So I brought it home with me and I did start reading this, and I've read a whopping total of 12 pages of this. So I'll probably read some more of this tonight, but I'm also going to continue listening to the audiobook for All Systems Red because I'm literally like almost finished with that. I think I have like an hour left of listening, and it's not actually gonna be an hour because I listened to it on like 2 times speed. But yeah, I'm gonna listen to some more of that tonight and probably finish it. But annoyingly, somebody has the 2nd book out at the moment because I was gonna just download it right away, so I have another audiobook to listen to, but I think I'll have to find something else. So yeah, that's what I'm currently reading, and then let me tell you some of my reading plans. First of all, I have a package. Don't tell Alex. Because he's away, I was like, well, he's not gonna know. He doesn't know my bookshelf that well, so he's not gonna notice if I just add another book to the collection. So I ordered Funny Story by Emily Henry. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This literally came out yesterday, and basically I was number 1 in the queue at the library on the reservation list, but the last time there was a new release that I was really itching for, they took such a long time to actually get it in, which is like fair enough, it does take time. So I was worried that the same thing was going to happen with this one, and then it was on sale, and so it fell into my cart, and then I accidentally clicked place order, and here we are. I recently read Book Lovers and I adored it, and I also loved Beach Read, so I'm really excited for this one. I've heard from multiple sources that some people think that this is her best, so I don't know. I still haven't read Happy Place, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do that, and I hate people who meet on vacation, but let's forget about that even existing. But yeah, so as soon as I'm done with Exiles, it's going to be this one. It's going to be this because I've been dying for it. I literally requested an ARC like 3 times in 3 different ways, and they never got back to me, so it just didn't happen. But it's okay because I have it now, and I'm so excited. And then something else that I would really like to prioritize reading a little bit of, like I'm not planning to finish this, but I would love to read at least a chapter a day over the weekend, is Butts, A Backstory by Heather Radka. I started this book in December, and I'm currently 94 pages in, and this book is only about 250, I want to say. So I literally have 155 pages to go, but it's just that I always want a specific vibe when I'm reading nonfiction, which is like sitting in the early morning, drinking a cup of coffee and reading my nonfiction. Like that's the ideal situation for me, because I feel like at the end of the day, my brain is just like fried. Whereas in the morning, I'm fresh and ready to learn about new things. So yeah, definitely want to read some of this tomorrow and also on Sunday. So yeah, that's like my tentative TBR is 3 books. So sorry, 4 books, because I do want to finish Murderbot. I guess 5 books because I already finished a book, but I was really close to being done that book. So 4 other books that I would like to make progress in or finish over the weekend. Is it going to happen? We'll see. Only time will tell. But yeah, I've also been a really bad girl and I ordered pizza because I'm really trying to be healthier because I've had a bit of a rough patch, but it's okay. I basically had an email from Uber Eats giving me 40% off, and then there's this really nice pizza place, which at the moment they're randomly doing like buy one get one free on a few of their pizzas. Anyway, so I ended up saving so much money by buying this pizza that it didn't make sense not to get it. So yeah, my brother and I are splitting it, and he's gonna have one of the pizzas because obviously I don't need 2 pizzas to myself. So yeah, it just made sense to order the pizza, you know, and it's Friday. It's been a long week, so I needed the pizza, and the pizza I shall have. So yeah, I'm gonna have a shower while I wait for this pizza to arrive, and I'm gonna have a feast and then get into bed and read, and I'm excited. I'm gonna go because I'm literally rambling so much, and I will update you later. Hello, good morning. It's Saturday. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning and I woke up at 7:15 this morning. I did set an alarm because I wanted to get up early because I get up so early during the week that sometimes on the weekend I sleep in until like 8, so not even that late, but then it's harder for me to wake up again during the week, so I try to wake up early on the weekends. But when Alex is here, I find it a bit harder because he prefers to sleep in a little bit and he's always on my case to sleep more. He's like, you know, you don't have to get up so early, so why don't you sleep some more? But I just like getting up early. It's so nice. Anyway, so this morning I managed to manifest my perfect nonfiction reading environment, which I was telling you about. So I got my coffee and I sat on the sofa and I read some more of Butts. I actually read 2 chapters of this and it took me like 50 minutes and I only read like 30 pages, but I read nonfiction quite slowly. Not that this is like particularly difficult to read, but it's just because I want to like absorb the information. Not that I don't when I'm reading fiction, but it's just easier. If you don't read nonfiction and fiction, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm really enjoying this still. It's just taken me such a long time because I've had a few other nonfiction books that I had to prioritize. No more excuses. I would really love to finish this, hopefully this month. But let's rewind to yesterday. So I finished listening to the audiobook of All Systems Red while I was doing my laundry because my toxic trait is I will do laundry and it will be clean and dry, but I will just leave it in a bucket for like at least 3 days because I hate folding laundry. Like laundry is my favorite chore, but not the folding part. That's like the worst. I have been known to just not put it away and then just like grab things out of the bucket as I need them. But I actually did it last night because I wanted to listen to my audiobook. So I was like, you know what? I'll do 2 things at once. So yeah, I finished reading that and I would give that like a 3.5. Annoyingly, I put that on my 5-star prediction video, which I actually need to edit today because I'm hoping to post it tomorrow. But yeah, I put it on my 5-star predictions because I did think that I was going to love it. But there are parts of it that I really enjoyed. Like Murderbot, the character is so funny because they just like hate dealing with people and it's so funny and relatable. They're always just like, I just want to go and watch my like basically soap operas and like why are they trying to talk to me about my feelings? And like, yeah, they're just so sarcastic. It's pretty hilarious. So yeah, it was a fun time. But I just think that like in the beginning I was kind of confused because you're just thrown straight into this world with like no explanations. I think the audiobook also was maybe not the best route for me because I feel like sometimes my attention was wavering a little bit. I was actually tempted to like go back and reread it from the start just so I could like fully grasp everything because also it was so short. But I was like, you know, I know what's going on. So yeah, I will continue on with that series. But yeah, unfortunately that first book was not a 5-star, but maybe in the future the other ones will be. So at the moment there are 7 books out and I think that's all of them. But they're actually novellas. If you have no idea what the Murderbot Diaries is, it's like a series of novellas. They're all like around 150 to 200 pages long. It's basically following this like AI robot who calls himself Murderbot. Because basically they're like often like bought by companies to be like a protector for humans, and so they often like murder people. But this Murderbot is no longer like following instructions because their like government chip or whatever started malfunctioning, and yeah, it basically doesn't work anymore. So they're just like a sentient AI doing whatever they want to do, and what they want to do is like sit around and watch these like soap operas and not deal with humans. But yeah, it was a fun time. I enjoyed it and I would recommend it if that sounds like something you would enjoy. But yeah, so I finished that and then I basically went down a little bit of an Instagram rabbit hole, not for too long luckily, and then I was just really not feeling like picking up Exiles. I was like, I don't really want to read a thriller right now because I was kind of thinking to myself like, how can I read anything else when this is sitting right there? Like, I think I just need to do it. So yeah, after scrolling on Instagram for like half an hour, I did in fact start. Funny story. But yeah, I'm only like 30 pages in and so far I'm enjoying it. Although the only thing I will say is that our main girly, Daphne, she's a children's librarian. If you didn't know, I work in a library. It's kind of weird to read about a character who has the same sort of job as you. I'm not a librarian, I'm a library assistant. It is very different, but yeah, I'm still working in libraries, and so yeah, it's kind of weird to be like, oh, she's doing story time and she's actually enjoying it. What the hell? Anyway, but I'm enjoying this, minus the mentions of story time. That gave me a little bit of PTSD. Anyway, now that rant is over, I'm actually gonna stop reading for a little while. I would love to just continue on reading all day, but I need to make some progress in my course. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing some studying today, and then hopefully in my breaks I'll read a little bit more. If not, I'll probably call it a night at like 5 o'clock and then just read for the rest of the night. So I'll get some reading done later. For now, I'm gonna go have some breakfast and then study, and I will talk to you later. Alrighty, it's been like an hour and a half since I last spoke to you and said I'm about to go do work. And a little update, I haven't done any work. I have logged on to like the learning portal, but have I actually done any work? Absolutely not, but I'm about to start. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a 20-minute learning sprint and then 10 minutes of editing and then 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and so on and so forth, so that I hopefully make some progress on editing my video. Because what I was gonna do was just like study for most of the day and then edit later on, but I think I'm gonna try and break it up a little bit, because in the back of my mind, I'm like, you need to edit, even though like it doesn't matter if I don't post on time, but to me it matters if I post on time. So yeah, I'm like, you need to edit your video, but then studying is actually more important. But yeah, I want to do both. So yeah, I think if I split my time that way, then I should be able to get both things done. But yeah, I'm gonna go actually study because I'm procrastinating, and I'm doing that thing where it's like, oh, I was gonna start studying at 10, but now that it's past 10, I have to wait till 11. It's like, no, don't do that. Just start at a random time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'm gonna go study for real this time. Hello, it's been a few hours and I actually have done some work. Yeah, I've actually been working really hard this morning and I've got quite a bit done. I am very close to being done with this unit because I'm on my last lesson for this unit. I literally have like 2 little pages left and then I can do the test. And so that's very exciting. I did take kind of a long lunch break and I didn't think I was going to take that long, but I ended up taking a little bit of time. But that's fine. It was only like an hour. Anyway, so I'm going to get back to work. And yeah, basically once I've finished learning the stuff, I can go and do my end of unit test, which won't take me very long. And then I'm hoping to start the next unit today. It's a very big unit. This is like the biggest unit of the whole course because it's just a lot of content because it's the grammar, which I'm very excited about. It's a really big unit. So yeah, basically once I've finished unit 3 and done my little test, I think I'm going to take kind of a long break and do some reading and try and just like take some time away from the screen because I've literally been on my computer all day, like swapping between editing and studying. So yeah, I think I'm going to take a little like maybe 45-minute break and read some more of Funny Story. I'm also just like itching to get back to it. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to finish unit 3 and do my test and then read. And then I'm going to start unit 4 today. Anyway, so I'm going to go finish my unit. Very excited. And then I'm going to chill out. Hello, good evening. It's currently 6:30 and as you can probably tell, I have not got dressed at all today. I decided that I wanted to have like a rot day today, except not actually, because I feel like when you're actually having a rot day, you should be just like watching TV all day or like just chilling. But I've actually had a super productive day, but I mean rot in terms of just not getting dressed and not leaving the house. I literally haven't got dressed today, which barely ever happens. I don't often get the opportunity to stay in my pajamas all day and it's been kind of nice. Honestly, it's been a little bit nice, although it did get to 5 o'clock and I started to get a little bit stir crazy and I was like, oh my god, I haven't even left the house yet. I haven't even got dressed. But then I did a little yoga video and I felt much better. And I've had a really productive day. I finished unit 3 of my course. I did my test, got 100%, which is pretty great, although you can do it as many times as you want and it is open book. But yeah, I did get 100% on the first try and I'm pretty proud of myself. And I opened up the first lesson of unit 4 and it was so long that I just thought, nah, I don't think so. Because I also took a break after I did my test. I'm going to give myself like a long break. So I give myself 45 minutes of reading time. And I, of course, continued reading Funny Story. And I am literally so obsessed. At the moment, our main character, Daphne, is like trying to make a new friend. Because basically she kind of lost all of her friends because when she was in this relationship with Peter, I don't even know if I've given you the synopsis of this book. But basically, this book follows her main character, Daphne. And she has just got out of a long-term relationship because her fiance's best friend is a woman and they've literally been like childhood best friends, known each other forever. And on his bachelor weekend, she confesses her love for him, even though the whole time he's just said it's just platonic, like there's nothing there. But she confesses her love to him and he's like, damn it, I actually am in love with her too. So he leaves Daphne for Petra, his best friend, and Petra leaves her boyfriend Miles. Not only does Peter leave Daphne, but they're also living together, so he basically kicks her out and she has nowhere to go because she doesn't really have very much money. So she asks Miles if she can move in with him. So now she is living with her ex-fiance's new girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. Anyway, and so like 6 weeks after this all happens, an invite arrives in the mail for both Miles and Daphne to the wedding of Peter and Petra. And one night they drunkenly accept this invitation and they decide to start fake dating so that they can be each other's date for the wedding. And honestly, I'm having such a good time with it. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm really loving this. I'm 75 pages in, and what I was trying to say before I realized I didn't actually explain the plot to you was that most of Daphne's friends were just Peter's friends. Like she kind of didn't have any friends of her own left. And so now she's trying to kind of make new friends and find herself in the wake of this terrible thing that happened to her. I'm having such a good time. Those 45 minutes were the best 45 minutes of my day. I cannot wait to continue reading this. I'm going to have a shower and get changed into new pajamas and I'm gonna have some dinner and then I'm gonna be reading this for the rest of the night. it and I'm so excited. But yeah, going back to being productive. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Not only did I finish unit 3 of my course, but I also finished editing my video and posted that. So that's going live tomorrow and that's all sorted. So I don't need to worry about it for another week. I haven't done as much reading as I was expecting to do today, although I kind of knew I wanted to focus on studying, so it makes sense. But I still have 16 hours and 31 minutes left on my timer, which is an awful lot. I was hoping to get down to 10 hours today, but that's not going to happen because it's already almost 7 o'clock and there's no way I'm staying up that late. So yeah, I'll probably get like another 3 to 4 hours of reading in today. I'm a grandma, so I'm not staying up past 11 o'clock. Even 11 is a bit of a stretch, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go have a shower and eat my lasagna and read my book and have a good time. It's gonna be great. I will just update you later on. Hello, good morning. It's Sunday. I have been having a bit of a lazy morning. It's already almost 9:30 and I've been up since 7:15. And my plan was to start doing some work at 9 and that hasn't happened. But anyway, it's fine. But I did read a couple chapters of Butts and I finished that section that I started yesterday and my thoughts still remain the same for this. I'm enjoying it, but I like to take my time with my nonfiction. Anyway, so I'm glad that this challenge has made me embrace like my slow mornings again and actually take the time to read this book because as I said, I started reading this book in December, so it's kind of absolutely ridiculous. But now I have like 100 pages left, so I'm definitely gonna get this finished hopefully before the end of the month. Made some progress in that. And then last night I read a bunch of Funny Story and I just read a couple chapters this morning as well because I think I finished on like page 180 last night and then I was like, oh, I'll just read to page 200 and then I'll get on with my work. But yeah, I'm having the best time with this one. I literally just never want to stop reading. But then also like when it comes time to read, I'm like putting it off because I don't want to finish it, but also I do want to finish it. You know when you have a book that you're really loving and you're like, I want to read it, but I also don't because I want it to go on. And this book literally just came out, so I'm gonna have to wait like a whole nother year for the next Emily Henry book. And I'm like, what am I gonna do in that time? Reread her old stuff. She's probably my favorite romance author at the moment. I don't really think there's anyone who's topping her. Like, she's just the best. For me personally, that is. I'm not saying that she's the best author ever in the entire world, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Anyway, I think I'm gonna have another 5-star this month, which means I will have had 2 5-stars in April, which is actually insane. And I think that will bring me up to 4 5-stars for the year. So like on average, a 5-star per month. I cannot tell you the last time I had that many 5-stars this early in the year. I don't even know if I had 4 5-stars all of last year. So it's insane. But I currently have 13 hours and 23 minutes left on my timer. So I definitely will not be completing that today like I initially intended to. I kind of knew I probably wasn't going to read that much over the weekend because I know what I'm like and I knew I had other stuff to get done. So yeah, I knew it probably wasn't going to happen. I guess we're going to see how long it actually takes me to finish the timer. I'm guessing it will probably take me until the end of day on Wednesday because I'm working on Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, I have a feeling that it'll probably be Wednesday, but that's okay. That's like almost a week, but I'm like really prioritizing reading, which is pretty great. I do have to run today. Today is the day for my long run. So I've got a lovely little 10-mile run, which is probably going to take me like an hour and 45 minutes. That's roughly what it took me last week when I ran 10 miles. So yeah, I'm going to run 10 miles today. And initially I was planning to just do it first thing in the morning, right when I woke up. But I was so hungry last night when I went to sleep. Like I didn't eat anything else because I was like, oh, I'm literally like trying to go to sleep. So I'm not going to bother. Yeah, I was so hungry. So I was like, I need to eat in the morning. And also it is literally pouring with rain. So I'm going to wait for the rain to clear up. It says on my weather app that it's supposed to stop raining at noon. So I guess I'm gonna go around noon, which is a little bit annoying because I don't really love going for my run like right in the middle of the day because then I feel like it's really disruptive. It's also kind of nice because it breaks up the day a bit, but last week I went like a bit later in the day. I think I went at like 4 o'clock and that was actually really nice because then I got home and like just had dinner pretty soon after and yeah, it was kind of nice, but I'm gonna try and go at like noon today. Anyway, I'm gonna go and do some studying and then go for my run and I'll read later and I'll update you once I've read some more. Hello, good morning. It's Wednesday. I haven't spoken to you in a couple days because of work, but today is my day off. Anyway, so far today I've only read like a little bit. I think I maybe read for like 25 minutes or something. I just read another chapter of Butts, but I still have 9 hours left on my timer, which is kind of unexpected. In my mind, I really thought I was going to read more over the weekend and I just didn't, but that's okay. So initially I thought today would be the last day of reading, but it's definitely definitely not going to be because I've got kind of a busy day. However, last night I did finish reading Funny Story by Emily Henry. If you couldn't tell by my like glowing updates, this is a 5-star read. I really, really loved this book. I loved the characters so much, especially Miles. I feel like they just both felt like such real people, and literally I loved all of it. Apart from the third act conflict, which I actually did enjoy and I thought it was well done. However, I will say I read Book Lovers not that long ago, and the third act conflict in this is literally the best third act conflict I've ever read. Like, it makes complete sense. It just broke my heart, but like in the best way. Whereas this one, I was just kind of like, guys, come on, you can work this out. You know you can. Whereas this one, it felt like it was actually like, it was a very big and important reason why things weren't working out. Anyway, I don't want to spoil either of these books. These are both 5-star reads. I love Emily Henry. She has my whole heart. Gave this one 5 stars. I finished reading this last night. But annoyingly, I didn't take Funny Story with me to work on Monday, because normally on Mondays I have lunch with my friend, and I didn't realize that she wasn't in on Monday, so I didn't take Funny Story with me. I only took Butts. The problem with nonfiction is I don't really want to like sit down and just read nonfiction for like an hour like on my lunch break, especially not on my lunch break because I feel like it uses too much brain power. So yeah, I didn't really want to just sit there and read Butts for an hour, so I had to pick up a different book, and I didn't bring anything else with me, so I ended up having a little browse in the library, and I picked up Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, which I'm actually going to be reading this for the Galactic-thon, which is happening in the whole month of May. But annoyingly, this is the 5th book on my TBR, and you actually have to read it in order, which I didn't realize. So I've started this. I started it on Monday, and I've read like 25 pages, so really not that much. Now I'm like, oh, I need the other books to come in from the library first, because this is going to be my 5th book for that readathon. But then there are also like side challenges, which I think you can do at any point. So yeah, and I think one of them is to read a romance. I really need to read Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison. This is the 3rd book in the Love Light Farm series, and I really loved the 1st book. The 2nd book I thought was fine, and apparently this one is not very good, but I have an arc of the 4th one, and I kind of want to read it in order, so I'm going to make myself read this one. But I've had it out from the library for a little while, so it's kind of a priority because I'm like, I need to just get on it, so we'll see. But I like both of the characters that are in this romance, so like hopefully I'll enjoy it. But that's the plan for the next 9 hours of reading. But I'm actually kind of a busy day. I'm having a call with my friends at 12:30 because we haven't had a catch up in a while. So yeah, we're gonna have a little catch up, and then I'm gonna get my hair cut this afternoon. My mother-in-law is cutting my hair for me because she used to be a hairdresser. And then ideally I would study, but I don't know if studying is gonna happen because I would also really love to film my April wrap up as well as my TBR for the Galactic-thon today. So it's a busy freaking day. It's a really busy day. And I just went to the gym. I went with my brother, and when I go with him, he really pushes me, which is great, but I am dying now. My arms are just, I don't know how I'm gonna wash my hair right now. Anyway, I am fully rambling a bunch because I haven't talked to you in a few days, and I feel like I need to catch you up on my whole life, even though I don't. So yeah, I'm gonna go and have a shower, and I will check in with you later when I've read some more. And with my new trim, I'm gonna give you a little before because I'm gonna do something a little bit drastic. So this is my hair at the moment. So it's really not that long, and I've been growing my hair for literally years, and this is as far as we've got. This is my before, and I will show you the after. So I'll see you later. Hello, good evening. It's Saturday. I've chopped my hair. Here we are. Yeah, I decided to chop my hair on Wednesday, and I massively regret it. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's cute, although I need to style it. This is not very well styled at all. I think it's cute, but I was growing my hair for literally like 2 years, and I'm like, now I have to start all over again. Although to be fair, I was then thinking about it, and like my hair was so damaged. It's probably a good thing to just chop off all the damaged stuff, and then this hair can be nice and healthy, hopefully. But yes, I kind of regret it, so please be nice to me. If you hate it, don't let me know. I don't want to know. I like it, but I also wish I hadn't done it. But here we are. It's currently Saturday, and I only have 2 hours and 14 minutes left of my timer, which is very exciting. Obviously, I probably could have read more earlier in the week and finished earlier. However, I didn't. So here we are. It's Saturday. I've been doing this for like a week and a half. Actually, it's only been a week and 2 days. It really hasn't been that much. But anyway, I think I'm going to be finishing today, hopefully. I'm hoping to do some reading a bit later, although I'm going to spend some time with my mom because I've barely seen her. She was away for like 2 weeks, and I saw her for like half an hour yesterday, so I'm going to spend some time with my mom, and hopefully I'll finish with the reading today, but if I don't, I'll finish it tomorrow. Anyway, but I thought I would pop in because first of all, exciting, I'm almost finished, but also I just finished another book. I started reading Mixed Signals on Wednesday. This is the 3rd book in the Love Light Farms series. It follows Layla and Caleb, and Layla is a baker, and she's had really bad luck with men in the past. All the men that she dates are kind of trash. And Caleb also hasn't had a lot of luck with women because a lot of them find that he's like too enthusiastic, and they know each other, but they don't know each other super well. But they end up being at the same bar one night, and he rescues her from a disastrous date, and they strike up this deal to date for a month. No strings attached, just to like try and see if they can help each other out for the future. And obviously they kind of catch feelings for each other. Anyway, I enjoyed this. I think I'm probably gonna give this like a 3.5. It was better than the last one. So far though, my favorite is Love Light Farms. That one's like the top. I think I gave that 4 or 4.5. I really enjoyed that one. The last one, which was In the Weeds, I think I maybe gave 2.5. I really was not the biggest fan of that, surprisingly, because I really thought I was gonna love Beckett, who's one of the main characters in that one, but I ended up not really enjoying that one very much. And this one I enjoyed for the most part. Like for most of the time, I was having a really good time with it. But I think that the third act conflict in this was kind of stupid and it wasn't really necessary. I think because the typical formula for romance is to have a third act conflict, I think a lot of authors think that you have to do it, but you don't actually. You can break the mold and not do that. But I still enjoyed it. I haven't rated it yet, but I think I'll probably settle on a 3.5 for this one. But yeah, I will definitely be reading the fourth book though, because I do have an arc and that comes out in July. So yeah, I'll be reading that one probably later this month or next month. I'm not sure. Anyway, but today I'm going to start reading and hopefully make some really good progress in A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. This book has been on my TBR for a while and I'm taking part in the Galactic-thon this month, and this actually worked out perfectly for the first prompt. And you have to read them in order. I had to wait for this one to come in and this came in yesterday, but obviously I wanted to finish Mixed Signals first. So yeah, now that that's done, I'm probably gonna start this tonight. And I'm not the fastest reader in the world, so to be honest, this is probably gonna finish off my timer, but I will check in tomorrow and let you know how I've done with it. Hopefully I finish my timer and this book. But yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my mom and I will talk to you tomorrow. Hello, good morning. It's Thursday. We're really having a full circle moment here because we're back to doing my makeup again, but we've made it to the end of the video, so that's exciting. I always think this is a good idea and then I'm like, I can't talk and do this at the same time. So it's actually Thursday today, but I finished my reading on Monday. I just haven't had a chance to speak to you yet. But yes, I did finish my reading on Monday. I think when I last spoke to you, I said I was going to finish it that day and that was Saturday. That did not happen. I think I read for like 25 minutes on Saturday and then I think I read for about 25 minutes on Sunday. But Monday was a bank holiday here, so I had a little bit more time to dedicate to reading and I was like, this is happening today. I'm finishing this timer and it feels very freeing to not have a timer on my lock screen all the time anymore. But I started and finished A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers, which I don't know if I explained the plot, but this is basically a novella about our main character Dex. And Dex is a little bit fed up with their life and so they decide that they want to try out a new career, so they become a tea monk, and basically that's someone who makes tea for people to kind of help solve their problems. Like someone will come to them and talk to them about what's going on in their life and then they decide what tea would be the best tea for them. It's very cozy and wholesome, very much giving like Legends and Lattes vibes, not in like the plot but in the fact that it's like no plot, just vibes, like a lot of conversations. So Dex becomes a tea monk, but then they're still kind of unhappy with their life, so they decide to go on a little adventure and they come across a robot, but robots actually left the land 200 years prior, saying like, if we want contact again, we will initiate contact. And so Dex meets this robot called Mosscap, who's in charge with finding out what humans need. Then they go on a little adventure, and I hope none of that is a spoiler. That's the basic plot, and it's very much like not minimal plot, mainly just vibes, and it's really, really lovely. Oh my god, I really enjoyed this one. I was slightly apprehensive going in because I read a novella by Becky Chambers last year and I didn't love it, so I was a little bit wary going into this one, but this was so sweet and it was a little bit existential, but I feel like it's kind of the perfect book to read when you're feeling a bit lost in life, or you know, just kind of like if you're in your 20s. Basically, it's like the perfect book to read because I think there's a lot of conversations about things that maybe you're thinking about, and also probably you're thinking about these things when you're not in your 20s. Yeah, I thought it was just really, really sweet. I really liked it. I will say it wasn't like a new favorite, so I gave it 4 stars, although maybe I'll raise it to a 4.5. I don't know. I'm gonna see how it sticks with me. But literally I finished it and I was like, I could reread that right now and I would happily reread that in the future, but it wasn't like, wow, I'm blown away, I'm obsessed with it. I just thought like, this is sweet and nice and like I would happily read this again. So I think I might buy it at some point. I've added it to my to buy list because I have a list of books that I want to buy whenever I next do any book shopping. Yeah, reading that book made my timer run out. So yeah, I'm officially done with the challenge, which is amazing. Although I'm really glad that I did it because I feel like it really did motivate me to read when maybe I would be like, no, I just want to watch some YouTube or something. Not that there's anything wrong with watching YouTube, obviously. If you want to do that, you don't always have to be reading. But yeah, I'm really glad that I did this challenge. I think it's kind of a fun thing to do to see how long it takes you to actually read for 24 hours and how much you can read during that time, which brings me to my page count. Actually, I read a total of 1,373 pages in the 24 hours. And I read 4 books in their entirety, and I finished a 5th book, which I had already started before the challenge started. So to recap, firstly, I finished The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent, and I gave that 3.75 stars. Then I read All Systems Red by Martha Wells, and I gave that 3.5 stars. Then I read Funny Story by Emily Henry, and I gave that 5 stars. Loved that so much. Then I read Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison, and I gave that 3.5 stars. And then I read A Psalm for the Wild Built, and I gave that 4 stars. Overall, pretty successful. 3.5 plus across the board, so that's pretty good. And yeah, I read quite a bit, and probably more than I would have read if I wasn't doing this challenge. Let me know if you want to see the other version of this where I try to read as much as possible within a 24-hour period. Although, let me tell you now, that probably won't be that interesting because I'm gonna sleep. I'm not gonna mess up my sleep schedule for reading. It would kind of be a fail because I would not be staying up for 24 hours. But if you do want to see like an attempt at a 24-hour readathon, let me know. But personally, this option worked better for me, even though it did take me like a week and a half, but still. Or if there are any other reading challenges which you would want to see, let me know. I'm thinking of maybe doing a reading books until I find a 5-star video at some point, but let me know what you want to see. But that is all that I have for this video, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give a thumbs up. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe down below, and if you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave me like a clock emoji. But anyway, that's all I have for this video, so I'll see you very soon with another one. Bye!
You in the backyard of your old farm in the summer. Stay there for 3 weeks where we learn to love each other. Wrote you letters, sent a message to the that day. Skip to the present.